How's it going, everybody? Scott Goshorn with Rodeo Realty Beverly Hills, Scott Goshorn Luxury Estates. Very excited today. We are going to showcase my amazing listing at 3616 Cabin Drive in the heart of Los Feliz. By far the best price per square foot in town. Brand new construction, amazing finishes, design, and detail. So we're going to look at that, but also we're going to tour Los Feliz. Los Feliz has got such amazing history. It is the heartbeat of Hollywood. A lot of history from the film industry to architecture, just to culture. So we're going to take a nice little trip around Los Feliz today and showcase that. So it's a very exciting day. But first, let's get into this property, 3616 Cabin Drive. Come on in.
I'm gonna fight them all. A seven-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off, taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Oh, back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette. And the message coming from my eyes says leave it don't wanna hear about it. Every single one's got a story to tell. Everyone knows about.
All right, so let's drop a little knowledge on Los Feliz, shall we? So back in 1784, his name was Jose Vicente Feliz, got a 6,600 land grant from the Spanish crown. So his family had this land up here forever. For many years. They lived here, they farmed here, they ranched here. Then, Mexico separated from Spain, and Mexico still granted him the land. However, back in 1848, when California became part of the U.S., you know how that stuff goes. Americans are being Americans, and they're looking around here in this prime land in California, and they're like, yeah, let's start working how we can dissolve the land grants. So eventually, J. Griffith, I don't know if you trust a man with two first names, well, the first name and the last name being the same name, but that's where we get the Griffith Observatory, which we're headed now. So he donated like 4,400 acres back for the Griffith Observatory. Some have spun off to become the LA Zoo. There's hiking trails, you'll see that in a minute. That's how this land became for the observatory, and the rest of it was spun off and sold to developers and investors. And which where we got Los Feliz. So at least they gave him his name after taking his land. So what I love about Los Feliz, it's just got such culture and history. This neighborhoods are just dialed in with these amazing Spanish and mid-century homes. This place really took off in the 1920s. The film industry, Walt Disney, is from here. You've got, Cecil B. DeMille, Charlie Chaplin, all live here as well. So this was just kind of the hub and the heartbeat of where the film industry lived and worked. So it's just got great history and great design. So when people were designing new homes here, they were very protective of the neighborhood. When we built our house on Cadman, it is a modern, but we call it a modern mid-century. It's got a nod back to the modern times. So we wanted to kind of blend in with the neighborhood. It's not a true Spanish by any steps, which a lot of homes here, there are modern homes here, but tons of mid-century. So we just want to make a more avant-garde, modern mid-century design. And you can see that from the rooftop with a butterfly rooftop and design. So when we're rolling up, as time moves on, the 1950s, when all the mid-centuries are popping off, this was a lot of home mid-centuries were built here. The Ennis House, probably one of the most famous pieces of architecture in Los Angeles. This was an art culture, bohemian culture, and the mid-century design, and started with the coffee shops, the cafes, the restaurants. A lot of that's rich and tradition still around today, and this culture here is just very rich and deep, and you can feel it when you come in town, and it's beautiful. True old school Americana is kind of why I'm rolling in this Mustang today. Just a nod back to the golden age of Hollywood, for example. The Mustang to me is the golden age of American cars. It's one of my favorite cars in the world. And it's a perfect day. This is why we pay absorbent amount of taxes to live in this town. It's to be able to have a 75-degree day in March. But that's why I'm rolling this car today, just to match the true Americana and the history of Los Feliz. So, welcome to Griffith Observatory. It was donated by Colonel Griffith J. Griffith. Yes, that's right, man, with the first and last name being the same name. In 1935, he donated the land and the money and construction to open this. It was 6,600 acres. I believe now it's 4,400 acres. You've got golf courses, 50 miles of hiking trails. This observatory is 5 times larger than Central Park. It is one of the heartbeats of Los Feliz. It's got amazing views from downtown to the ocean to the Hollywood sign. Just a great place for people to come and gather and overlook this beautiful city. So we are currently in the Oaks neighborhood. Oaks is a very well-known enclave in Los Feliz. A lot of celebrities live here, film industry. It's very private, it's just beautiful, a lot of history. And probably the most famous house in Los Angeles, one of them is historic Innes House. It was built in 1924 by Frank Lloyd Wright. It's a Mayan-inspired concrete block series, a concrete textile block, inspired by Mayans building their homes. So it's just a 6,000 square foot home, just beautifully done. You know, Frank Lloyd Wright was one of the best architects in Los Angeles, period. So it's just a very well-known home, beautiful. It's in the movie Blade Runner back in like 1981. A lot of cool history to this neighborhood. So this is on Glendower Avenue. They do private tours sometimes, but it's privately owned. Cool, so we're down in Franklin, heading up Hillhurst. Hillhurst's got a lot of cool little shops, restaurants, a lot of little nooks in Los Feliz, but one of my favorite coffee shops is on the street. It's newer. It's called Maru Coffee. It's just effing good. It's really good coffee. And the line's always out the wazoo, but you know, we're gonna go grab some coffee. But it's one of my favorite spots to hit up around here. But you know, there's a lot of cool little shops and you know on the street on Hillhurst. One of many in Los Feliz. This is Maru coffee. It's good shit. Kind enough to give it to my boy here, Reese. Gonna try it. Have you had this before? It's pretty good. It's hot. Oh yeah, yeah. That's the spot, lad. That's the greatness. All right, let's talk about some real estate for a minute. So, you know, Los Feliz itself, I love the location. You're close to the freeways, 5 freeway to get north, south, downtown. You're close to Dodger Stadium. So you can pop on and off, you know. But the real estate itself, you know, if you're watching this not from California, it's not cheap to live here anywhere in Los Angeles. Los Feliz is no different. The average home probably sells single family. Not talking about condos. Single family homes sell for probably right around 2 million, 1.9 and change. The average medium listing price is around $2.5 million. The listing I have currently, we're at 3.65, and that's under $1,000 a foot at like $960 or something. For new construction, that's insane. It's bananas. But homes here, homes can creep up. That's the average, but there's definitely a lot of homes in certain neighborhoods that can, 8, 10, 12, some 20 to 40. The really special properties are, 30, 40 million. Not a ton of those around here, but there are here. Just prime real estate. So you'll get sick downtown and ocean views. You get big views from certain neighborhoods here. So, and it's close to the studios. What I love about Los Feliz, you're looking in the area, Netflix. It's close by a lot of the studios, so you have that. Pop on and off, get to work downtown. If you work downtown or you work in Hollywood, so it's a good location. It's tucked away up. great walkability in certain neighborhoods. You know, it's got a great village feel to it. Doesn't, you know, definitely feels unique and special in history and culture. It's really cool, the really good vibes here. Speaking of vibes, we are going to now hit one of the old school classics of Los Feliz. Do a little whip around. We're going to hit up this place called the Dresden. My boy Reese here kind of remembers it from the movie Swingers, but she needs a rewatch. Reese, you got to rewatch that shit.
Nice.
You know, it's an old school 1950s staple. Pretty cool spot as we're pulling up right up on it. Look at this. All right, so this is the last little enclave we'll hit. This is Los Feliz Estates. More of a little planned neighborhood. You know, I like about it. You know, a lot of Los Feliz has great neighborhoods, but a lot of windy streets. This has nice wide streets, no power lines. You know, a lot of restrictions about building up and down, but it's good views. As you can see, as we turn around the corner here, you'll get some nice big views of downtown. But just a cool neighborhood, and I had a great listing back here many years back. Was one of the highest price listings up here in sales on Los Hermosos. But as you can see, you know, you get nice big downtown views and some ocean views as well. You know, also good schools. You know, if you got little ones you're thinking about moving to the neighborhood, Franklin Elementary is a very, very good school here. So, you know, you've got that opportunity. A lot of other schools, middle schools and high schools as well that are good, but Franklin's, you know, a lot of people come in this area specifically for Franklin. But, you know, pause that for a second. Cut that. So, yes, a lot of people come here for the elementary school. Great elementary school. So in closing, you know, just great day to be out here touring, rock and rolling in this beast 1964 Periwinkle Blue Mustang. Periwinkle Blue for my ma. If anyone's watched Snash before. But I just love this neighborhood. Just the culture, the history. It just has really good energy, and it's got that classic touch of just Los Angeles. You know, there's a lot of pocket neighborhoods, Los Feliz. You know, just the art, you know, the culture, the artists, the bohemian vibes, and they've just really taking that, and there's some modernization, but keeping the classic touch of old Hollywood. It's Los Feliz. I love it. So that's the news party, people. Hope you enjoyed the tour today. Again, if you're not in California and somewhere warm, it is 75 and sunny. It's what we love and why we pay a stupid amount of taxes to live here. But what a great day. You know, if you're looking to get this neighborhood, my listing on Cadman is bananas. Super private, modern, elegant views, and brand effing new. So that concludes a tour of this amazing Los Feliz neighborhood. Scott Goshorn with Scott Goshorn Luxury Estates, Rodeo Realty, Beverly Hills. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Vámonos! So that concludes our tour of this amazing property at 3616 Cabin Drive. If you're looking to purchase in Los Feliz, this is a one-of-a-kind spec home. So beautiful, amazing finishes. You're on a private street. You've got amazing hiking. You've got distance to the freeway and just distance to downtown Los Feliz. It's just a one-of-a-kind special property. And what an exciting day to tour Los Feliz. You know, the history, the culture, from Hollywood to the design and architecture of Los Feliz. It's just a one-of-a-kind special city. So glad to be able to take you on the tour today. I will see you next time. I'm Scott Goshorn with Rodeo Realty, Beverly Hills. Later.
I miss the taste of